a 10 or 11 minute live stream or so. I don't know, close around that because I was planning on making a video, but friggin' it's for some reason not let me click on it. It corrupts every time for some reason. Yeah, definitely need a new phone ASAP. Definitely gonna get it. I'm gonna get it soon. Just, just kind of freaking put it off a little bit. So mostly been doing lives. I've been noticing the whole thing with the recording and stuff. You know, because there is sometimes I just want to freaking. It's easier that way because I don't have to schedule it and all that there and stuff. But I didn't freaking notice that problem. I wouldn't record and stuff when I wanted to do just a regular video. Plus, it's the way I do vlogs too. But yeah, anyway, I want to talk about the reasons why, I basically would literally jump to meat in a heartbeat, like friggin' with, especially that one I was told that story about from my uncle. Holy frig, how does that kind of mistake happen in a surgery? I don't get that. Hey man, what's going on? How much? Like, how does that mistake happen in a surgery where they forget to put a plate when they not much talking about like some reasons why I would uh, literally jump to the U.S. from Canada right away as soon as ASAP is when it until as soon as I get a passport. Because especially after the story I heard about the surgery for my uncle, and I even felt that part of his skull too. This thing yet still open. I can't believe that they do that. What the hell? They never heard of metal plating. Like, how the hell do you make that freaking kind of mistake? I don't get that. Like, how does, like, have you seen any documentary telling you otherwise that can't? It's like they're just showing Toronto. That's it. That's what they're doing, and then they're saying that that's the healthcare for all of Canada. They show the one city that has the best healthcare. Because it's like called the New York of Canada for a reason. That is one good one. It's quite expensive to live there though. It'd be very expensive to live there. That's the only reason probably you get decent quality healthcare because paying so much for an apartment. And it'd be a small apartment too that you friggin' pay a huge amount for. But like I looked up Maine anyway. It's actually not bad. That's the thing, you can jump from state to state if you don't like the tax rate. Can't do that with Canada. Sucks. It's getting really bad now. I seen the sales tax today. I can see it jumped up again, and it's gonna keep jumping up too. I think to a huge number eventually, and that's not gonna be good when that happens. I'm gonna see a lot of. You're gonna see probably all of Canada's population go dead eventually. People are gonna be jumping to the U.S. or some other country that's not making that kind of mistake. That's what I think's gonna happen eventually. I'm gonna see a bunch of people jumping, leaving Canada. Because imagine if something like so bad happens where they frigging steal everyone's like life savings and shit, like where they lock the banks up and stuff. There was one country I seen this once on the news before, where it showed that actually happened in a country before. It only happened once ever, so it's but it happened in one country, and it ruined a lot of people's lives. Like it's not a. It used to be a place where I can't remember what country it was. It was, but it only happened to one country ever in history. Like that's never happened before, where they actually, and that could happen with Canada. Because the problem was not the COVID loans. Like they should have gave it out for a certain amount of time. That they just like they went too far with it. And that's what I think. And it's gonna be so much. Like you can see it going in the sales tax. It's insane. I remember before all of that, it was like 15%. And I think it's like 40 some percent now, at least. Like 40. Wait, no, that's sale. Yeah, it's 28% the income tax. And the. I don't mean that freaking sales tax. It's 48% for the income tax. So that's quite a lot. It was like 15%, I remember, for the sales tax. And it was way lower, the income tax, too. That's all they're doing. They're, like, it's bad. Like, that's not a good, like, it's not a good solution, that's for sure. It's, like, actually gonna cause huge problems. Like, they could have gave everyone well enough to recover from it, but they, I don't know what is it because it's probably because Trudeau's one of those kids who grew up rich with their freaking parents. Yeah, just handing them born with a whole bunch of money. Trudeau doesn't even have a degree in anything. Like it's crazy. I don't know why I don't know why it's just like with not all of them, but some people who are born with a whole bunch of money just literally won't use that to become anything in life. It's so stupid. I don't get it. Just does not make sense. Like like even if they're born with a bunch of money, like God, wouldn't they want to do something? Like good. Something like what about I don't get how it's so weird. Mm, like when you like just because they're born rich and stuff. It's not like you're gonna get the satisfaction of doing something yourself. I don't know what happened to that. It's freed up. I don't know how. My dad was grew up like that. I don't know how. It's kind of strange. Like God, you know how badly I would friggin' use that opportunity where he had friggin' college fund covered completely. I'd use that in a heartbeat. like literally, they literally, he had the choice to become anything he wanted with friggin' literally no student loans, nothing like that. It's kind of stupid. And, and now that they're all friggin' getting drained by them too, now literally my college fund got friggin' robbed. Like, it's friggin' crazy. You know how they friggin', I don't know how they did that. It's something that still bugs me. I really don't know why they friggin' did that. It's quite friggin' awful. Whoever was involved. In my opinion, none of them are right. It's just none of them are friggin' right. They're all friggin' the same. Like, just by the way I seen their actions in real time. Like, they friggin' like, it's crazy. One thing I can say is at least my aunt actually friggin' used that college fund. But there's still the same kind of personality. I had to get away from it after a while. My God. It was crazy. It was really bad when my dad was working. He like literally only had to work uh like oh like from like say 6 o'clock to 3 a.m. and he make like shitload way more than the average minimum wage. And you'd act like that job was so damn hard. You'd act like he just like literally um uh you'd act like it's way more than it actually is in work. It was bad. Like I couldn't even believe it. Like, cause I'm myself done freaking longer hours than that for a lot. Well, actually, no more. Uh, because it was mainly a roof. It was a roofing job. That's the only reason, though. It was more. Because like you get paid more for a more dangerous kind of work. You know. Well, that'd be the only reason why. But if it was average minimum wage, it's way more than that. But the average minimum wage goes up with something called danger pay. It's called. It was pretty good. It was like 15 an hour. It was a good job, but unfortunately, it's not like permanent job. It was only one that was like around for a couple weeks. But I made pretty decent paycheck. It was 9 hours a day for 2 weeks. But unfortunately, it wasn't a permanent company. I can kind of see why, because I had to literally run after the owner for my paycheck. That was pretty bad. Apparently, a lot of people didn't get their paycheck, I heard. So, I don't know if he was trying to run some kind of like truck free labor company market. I don't know what the hell it was. Only knows. I have no clue what it could be. my guess it was some kind of scheme for freaking free labor that I guess another person in the company didn't know about. When I went to them, they friggin' gave me my paycheck right away. When I went to someone different in the company, like he was trying to dodge it and all that, and then when I called that person, they immediately got it. God, like it was some kind of scheme that obviously they probably didn't know about it. More than likely, it was more than likely just something that someone else was running in there. But that was kind of a reason why it fell in 2 weeks. It was actually supposed to last longer than that. But because he did that, it friggin' screwed up the whole friggin' thing. Sucked. It would have lasted a lot longer. But some kind of scheme they were trying to run where they basically get people to work and then try to jump without paying them. Because I called another person in the company and got it right away. Hey, Too Tall, what's going on? Not much. Doing a short little video talking about some things I thought were interesting. It's friggin' it's 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 pretty crazy. Like that surgery story though. Like holy frig. My uncle Larry got they did a surgery where they had to drill in the skull and they didn't put anything like a metal plate or anything there. They didn't put nothing there. I mean, what the hell? I think all they did was stitch it up. Oh my god, like having that soft spot in the skull, that's Canadian healthcare, yeah. Well, not all of Canada. If you go to Toronto, you can get actual decent healthcare. That's probably the one city I know for sure has the most decent healthcare. It's all about where you are, basically. I've seen a lot of documentaries that try to manipulate that and show one small city in there, and then they say count that one small city for entire country. Yeah, in Ontario a lot, for sure, but it varies from province. And then that Michael Moore documentary was such BS, man. They show one city, Toronto, the place they know is gonna have the best healthcare, and then just completely ignore all the other provinces and say, "Yep, this is the whole all of Canada." This one small city accounts for all of Canada. And then I seen some YouTubers actually expose that documentary for that too. Like YouTubers are from Canada and showed it what it was like in different provinces. But around in Ontario, it's probably a lot. Probably mostly every place in Ontario, in doubt, has got decent quality healthcare. But definitely not New Brunswick. Probably Nova Scotia, maybe. I'm not. Halifax, Nova Scotia probably has probably way better healthcare than anywhere in New Brunswick. Anywhere in New Brunswick, it wouldn't matter. Like, you definitely get a lot more decent healthcare in Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, Halifax, for sure. It's gotta. Like, it's bad. I would be scared to get a surgery. Luckily, I don't have any serious medical problems. Like, I would not be comfortable going for a surgery for anything. Even if it was a simple surgery with no risks, because of how dumb the friggin' doctors are here, I would be scared that something with no risks, there would be a new risk invented by the doctor here. That's how friggin' dumb they are. It could be a surgery with no risks whatsoever, 0% risk, and they would manage to make it a risk. Here, that's how dumb they are. If they do that kind of mistake with the surgery on someone, oh, like, it's bad. It's like they send the worst ones here in New Brunswick. Even that was surgery was done in Moncton too. I thought Moncton had decent health care. I thought that was a place of New Brunswick that had decent health care. But no, it's Nova Scotia, Halifax. I know for sure has it because I actually went to other places to try to see smarter doctors for like to see maybe they start like not prescribing dangerous medication to me. That's my last doctor, Dr. Angola. He prescribed me a very dangerous medication and had a very dangerous side effect to it. When they could easily find medications that have no dangerous side effects, they could easily find it. It was something called Zaplicone. Very realistic hallucinations. I was seeing like very friggin'. It was bad. Just from taking it one night at the prescribed dosage. And he doesn't tell you about any of the side effects either, whatsoever. Like, it's something that you could have you yourself you could find out with a quick Google search. And the stupid doctor doesn't friggin' put warnings about that. Like, holy frig. He literally didn't put any he doesn't put Dr. Angola was known as the worst doctor in Hamilton. Like, most of the people his patients just left him right away. He was one of the worst doctors for sure. Like, on top. Like, number one, he takes that spot. Like, holy frig, man. And the fact that he got away with that. Like, holy frig. How the hell did he get away with that? He gave... That was obviously an intentional murder plot. Like, holy frig. And then, like, and whoever's lawyer he hired is really stupid. Like, the way he doesn't say it exactly like this, but I'll translate what he said in his stupid talk and translate what he's actually saying in that interview that they showed with him. The translation of what he was actually saying, he was basically saying they are trying to charge him with murder, which is not a criminal offense. See how stupid that sounds? That's what he's basically saying, but in a different way. To make it not sound like that. It's very stupid. I can't. Who did he hire to be a lawyer, man? That's the worst. Oh my god, I don't think it's the lawyer. It might be just because Angola is so unwilling to refuse the is so unwilling to accept the advice that his lawyer gave him. He probably just started telling Angola what he wanted to hear, or something. There's no way. Someone who become a he no someone who become a lawyer, there's no way would say that unless they're just friggin' telling that person that you want what he wants to hear. Murder isn't a criminal offense. It doesn't say exactly like that. If you technically think about it, that's exactly what he's saying. He says it in this way. He goes, trying to make something criminal that isn't criminal. He says it like that, just vague words like that. But that's what he's actually trying to push for in that friggin' news interview. That's why that news station, what is it called? CBC National. And that's the reason why it friggin' made another video after that talks and totally like taking back everything they friggin' were trying to defend Angola for. I seen there was that in the history too. For some reason that didn't come up in the search. Probably because everyone stopped watching them after that. Like, God, it's the most obvious dishonest news report ever. Like, so obvious, too. Like, you can tell, you can pretty much watch and tell that's exactly what they're saying. I don't get why the frig they think nobody's gonna notice that's what they're trying to push. You cannot do that. They're trying to make it look like people. Oh, they're just people attacking his race for his race. That is complete BS. No, they're attacking him because he deliberately gave infected an entire retirement home with COVID. Deliberately. Like, murder is illegal. And what's next? Next, the friggin' doctor is gonna poison someone, and then they're gonna friggin' be able to get away with it and say, "Oh, he didn't mean to poison him. It wasn't his fault." And what? So it's not criminal. I don't know what ridiculous thing they're gonna say next. Because it doesn't matter if you're a doctor or whoever, you should not be allowed to get away with murder. That's asking for a purge society or something. But it's only going to be with friggin' doctors or something. Like, God, that is not friggin'. Like, it's going to end up with a purge society. I think that's why. There's literally, apparently, people lighting cars on fire in front of his house in Campbellton. Holy frig, man. Like, they were lighting freaking cars on fire in front of his house. Like, that's how crazy it's getting. A purge society, literally. I heard apparently he had to go back to his country because it was getting so bad. He couldn't go anywhere no matter where he tried to hide. Like, well, of course, when you get away with something without trial like that, you're asking for a purge society. That is not good. I don't know why they would do that. Like, like they tried to make it look like it was a freaking racist attack too. It's so obviously not. People are mad, and they tried to lie about a term, lynching, which is not a racial term. They tried to lie and say it was. No, it was not. It's a term that means holding holding someone up to mob justice of because of corruption in a trial there. They basically the people taking the law into their own hands because of a failure to prosecute someone who committed a crime. Like, it has nothing to do with race, and they tried to make it lie and say it was a racial word. Did they? You take 1 second for you to look that up in the dictionary too. That's the worst part. I don't know how they made that mistake either. It would have took them 1 second to look up the word they wanted to call a racial term, and it would have took 1 second looking that up in the dictionary. I was like, I'm pretty sure that does not sound like a racial term when I seen that, so I looked it up myself and it wasn't. I was right. I had a gut feeling that it wasn't. And I looked it up just to be sure that I wasn't wrong, and it wasn't. And I was right. It wasn't a friggin' racial term at all. I can't believe they friggin' tried to pull that. That was like the most devious part of the whole interview thing about what they did. I think it was mostly just to make him feel comfortable and basically make himself look worse, basically, and be able to prosecute him more criminally. Because that's probably what it was. I hope that's what it was anyway. I don't think they were trying to make him think, oh yeah, we're gonna do this cover up story, but you just gotta come on and speak for a few minutes. Maybe that was their angle to get him to talk more, and it kind of did work if you think about it. He all he said in that was, I love medicine. I love medicine. They could use that. I'm surprised they don't use that in court and say, look, Your Honor, this interview, it shows him admitting to using a narcotics as a doctor. They could say that. They could easily friggin' I don't know why that hasn't been pulled in friggin' court. That he that could be pulled. That could literally be used as admission to using narcotics while you're a friggin' doctor working and treating patients. That is not good. Like, so it kind of worked if you think about it. That trying to make them think, oh yeah, we're your that's what the media did. They tricked Angola to think, oh yeah, we're the good guys. We're gonna help you cover up this story. They kind of made it look good and everything, the story, so it would air and he wouldn't try to take it down. They made it look like a cover. They were trying to cover it up. But the fact that at the end they give away the exact location where his new office is shows that the media is not trying to like they're trying to make it him think that they're helping him, and then they're not. So I kind of caught on to that as well too. So I don't think it's exactly a cover-up story, but mainly just a ploy to make it Angola feel comfortable with it airing. Like, there's no way. And people have a right to be mad about that too. Like, holy frig. Yeah, I didn't know about masks. Yeah, masks were around for doctors, I'm pretty sure, before the pandemic. Like, how stupid? Come on. And then, like, doctors are literally freaking wear masks at most times of the day. Then that was before the virus ever happened. Mainly just to keep themselves from getting contaminated with some any kind of thing. Like, it's so stupid. Yeah, he didn't know about masks. He probably just because he was all, oh my god. It's really stupid that guy got away with that. I don't know how he managed to. It's quite surprising. Like, even in this, if that would happen anywhere else, God, they would literally be tried for murder. And that's not a damn mistake. Like, he can't even pull that. He even tried to lie about what he said. He goes, yeah, I called them and they told me I did not have to self isolate, which is not true. It's completely a lie. They told him he's exempt from self isolating because he's an essential worker. And I know damn well they would never tell anyone that because I actually knew some essential workers. And guess what? They weren't exempt from that. If they traveled to some other place, they would have to do the same thing as everyone else. He was not exempt from that. That is a complete lie that he tried to pull. I can't. I don't even know why. Like they could and verify that easily, and they did. I don't know why he would even try to pull that lie. It's like the most obvious one imaginable. It's like it's pretty bad. But anyway, guys and gals, I'm at 37 minutes. I just was doing want to do I wanted to originally do like a video, so being better quality, but for some reason, yeah, I gotta get a new phone soon. The live streaming seems like it's still working for some reason. Just corrupt every time I try to record. So yeah, I'll be getting a new phone soon. I got someone to agree to put it in their name and just as long as I pay the plan, you know. I can easily pay for the plan. I just can't freaking pay for the IDs that are required. But anyway, guys and gals, hopefully you enjoyed. Anyway, like, subscribe, all that. Till next time, D'Angelo Pitcher, and I am peacing out.